Hey guys, the Garbage Time Pod is coming your way in just a minute, but first, we are brought to you today by producer Matt's Panties.
Yeah, we're back to that bit. Guys, Mack Weldon, longtime sponsor of the podcast. They believe in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping.
They do.
And I can attest to that. I just bought some more clothes there.
Oh my God, you're a maniac.
I did. Not even for free. I actually bought them.
Cyber Monday?
No. This was before. Why didn't I wait for that?
Don't know.
God, this is why we have to talk more when outside of the office. They have the most comfortable underwear, sock shirts, undershirts, hoodies, and sweatpants that you will ever wear. I personally can vouch for them. Their products are antimicrobial, which means they eliminate odor.
They do.
And not only do their clothes look good, they perform well. Good for working out, going to work, or even going on dates, you handsome devils.
You stud faces.
Yeah,
That's
it's great,
my turn,
great
right?
stuff. Yeah, you should.
Okay, I'll tell them the other thing. Guys, guess what? They want you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it and they'll still refund you. No questions asked, because like I've always said, I don't want to answer questions about my underpants.
Nope. No, sir.
Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off using promo code GarbageTime at checkout. That's MackWeldon.com, promo code GarbageTime, all one word, no spaces. We are also brought to you today by ZipRecruiter. Guys, are you hiring? Do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? Posting your job in one place just is not enough to find quality candidates. That's a hard truth. You've got to just accept that hard truth. Once you've accepted that hard truth, you can move on to step 2, which is ZipRecruiter. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job in all the top job sites. And now you can do that with ZipRecruiter.com. You can post your job to 100 plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. That's 100 plus clicks turned into just one click.
Wow.
That's clicktastic.
Yeah.
Find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. You don't have to juggle emails or calls to your office. You can quickly screen all your candidates and rate them and hire the right person fast. I love to rate people, and ZipRecruiter lets you do that. It's acceptable. In other walks of life, you're not supposed to do that.
Preach.
Right. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 1 million businesses. Right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/Katie. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Katie. One more time, try it for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/Katie. Let's do a podcast. Hey guys, welcome to the Garbage Time Podcast. I'm your host, Katie Nolan. I'm joined today by producer Matt.
Yo.
Yo.
What's up?
Sup. It's Wednesday night.
It is.
We've got a Garbage Time field trip tomorrow to
trip.
Indianapolis. And so we put in a super long day today, and now it's late at night, but we still got to get the pod done.
That's right.
Because we love you. This is the only answer I should have tried to give. So we are letting ourselves cut a little loose.
That's right.
I'm going to drink a beer while wearing a competing beer's hat.
Yeah. You're like in Wayne's World when they say they won't bow to any corporate sponsors.
That's
and
me.
They're like head to toe. And
I don't sell out.
Yeah.
Nuprin, little, yellow, different.
I have a headache. Take 2 of these.
So, like I said, we're going to the Big Ten championship this weekend.
So are you going to go to the game?
No, we don't get to do that part, but we will be talking about it. We're talking to the fans.
To go to Indianapolis.
I've never been to Indianapolis before.
I've heard it's lovely.
I like to say it, Indianapolis, just like I like to say Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. But it makes me want to say Minneapolis, which isn't a thing. It's just a hybrid of the two.
I said that in the promo this week.
Did
apparently.
you?
Yeah.
This is a hot take that you can only get on the Garbage Time Podcast. Minneapolis should be called Minneapolis because it would be more fun.
I agree.
It's a combination of Minneapolis, Annapolis, and Indianapolis. I'm going to stop. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Good football, no visible scars. Life was good.
Yeah.
It's good play by my Redskins, even though they didn't win.
Yeah, they did. They looked pretty good. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Was more entertaining than any of my cousins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bye, Cousins. Time to watch Cousins.
Exactly.
Yep, that happens.
I didn't watch as much football as I wanted to.
How was your Thanksgiving
It
overall?
was good. It was good. I've told you this, but my grandmother's sick, so the whole holiday just revolved around her. I took a little nap on her shoulder. It was lovely.
Sweet.
A lovely little nap with my Nana.
That's sweet.
But yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, there was some tension politically, but we got past it, so that's good. It's all you can do,
You
right?
are not alone in that regard
Yeah,
around
right?
the country, I'm sure.
And now we're in the part of the year that used to be like the most exciting when you were a kid, because it meant you were about to get a ton of gifts. And now as an adult, it sucks because it's like, crap, I got to buy a bunch of gifts.
Yeah.
I feel like every year the list of people I'm supposed to buy stuff for gets longer and longer and longer. And I'm like, damn it. And I run out of creative ideas much faster than I ever did before. I only have so much creativity I can have. And
you channel it here.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is how good it is. So it's not getting any
So
better when
imagine
it
what the
comes
gifts
to
are
the,
like.
yeah, exactly. Everybody's getting socks. You're all getting Mack Weldon socks.
Great gift.
And
Think
they
it's
won't
an awesome
smell.
gift.
Yeah. They will
Look good
wick
on
away
dates.
moisture, and you can wear them on dates, you studs.
Studs.
What else? Oh, you have an Aaron Rodgers theory, I hear.
I do.
What is it?
I was talking about this with producer
it's about
Garrett
Olivia
the other
Munn,
day.
I'm
Sorry
out.
if I just hit the mic.
If it's about Olivia
it's
Munn,
not.
I'm out.
It's not at all.
Okay.
So, Aaron Rodgers, when Aaron Rodgers is on, he is one of the like 3 or 4 people in sports when it's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers has the ball, where I like actually stop what I'm doing and pay attention.
Oh, wow.
He is one of the few that I realized that about. I feel that way about the Warriors, Aaron Rodgers, and like few other people.
Like me.
Not about you.
Oh. That's good.
I don't know how that sounded, but it meant to be a compliment.
It wasn't. It hurt.
No, I mean, I do want to watch you when you do stuff.
That's what you're
and
saying.
See it
when
all.
you have the ball, you want to watch that person.
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening now.
Me neither.
But I will say that Aaron Rodgers, I like can't not watch when he's on. I was wondering if you felt that way about anyone specifically.
Tom Brady.
I don't. I mean,
Why though?
because
I'm
it's
buying it,
like,
I'm not
what
mad.
is he? What is he? I've seen all he can do. I feel like,
Mm.
and it's like, well, he's gonna just like be awesome, and he's not gonna like run around.
I get what
make
you're
a crazy
saying.
throw.
Totally. I think this is a hot fucking take.
I can't wait.
But if we're talking in the red zone, I'll stop and watch Matt Stafford. He does weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers,
Interesting.
I feel like every time I focus on, this is a bad thing to admit, but when I'm watching football, I'm usually watching a bunch of football games at once.
Yep.
But if I'm like, okay, I'm looking at this Aaron Rodgers play, I feel like I watched the play and I'm like, I just saw them run that play 4 plays ago.
Yeah.
They use a
think
lot,
you're right.
and I'm not and I've never pretended to be a person who can watch like the footage of everybody on the field and be like, oh, that's an out route with a whatever. But I'm like, oh no, that's exactly the same play. I can't do that with a lot of teams,
Yeah.
but it happens a lot with the Packers. Could be coincidence that every time I look happens to be the same play.
Yeah.
But
I think that's a Mike McCarthy issue.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's a you problem.
Weird. There was a tent this time.
There
Aaron
was a
Rodgers
tent.
has a tent.
Yep.
Tent for a small person.
Very weird moment.
It was really weird to hear a lot of
Everyone was
people.
like, that.
But everyone was like, wow, this is actually really amazing technology. What great technology on the sidelines. How about, as a non-technological person, I've got a brilliant idea. Make it football person sized. If you're so brilliant to come up with this amazing tent, make it the size of a football player so he doesn't have to go, hold on,
Totally.
just dipping into my Hobbit tent. It just looked so weird.
Why not a tool shed?
Yeah, why not
They've got money.
stack 2 of those tents on top of each other?
That's right.
Make it a double tent. Make it a double wide. That's where that came from.
There it is.
Double tall.
That's good.
Should we move on to games?
I guess so.
Okay, so fade that pick. What's
All
my
right,
record
Let's
now?
fade some picks.
Yeah, fade 'em.
2-1 last week, Catherine.
Okay.
Pretty good. You
Okay.
missed your lock of the week, though. So that brings your new record to 13, 21, and 2.
Still making money.
Still making
if
a lot
you're
of
fading
money.
my shit.
Yeah, that's 2/3. That's good math. Your lock of the week record 4 and 6.
So we talked about this before. We were going to reach a point in the season where fading my pick wasn't going to be helpful because I was double fading. Like I was coming up with my
Right.
original thought and then fading myself.
Yeah.
And then telling you, I don't know where we are now. I'm just bringing up that theory. This is like Westworld. What your
Yeah.
face just did is what my face does when someone's like, no, it's 2 different timelines. And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, no, I think that Dolores is. I'm like, no, I can't. I don't. So anyway, that's
Should I
what
be
you
watching
just
that
did.
show?
You are watching. You're
I
not
watched.
watching the
I
show?
watched the first episode and was like, I don't know.
I have mixed emotions because there was a couple episodes there where I was like, yo, this finally got dope like I wanted it to.
Okay.
Then I started to form my own theories. Then I found a theory, trying to find if my theory had been said yet or not. And it hadn't, but I found another theory. And that once I found the theory, It wasn't as fun to watch Westworld anymore.
Sorry, my head just
know.
exploded. It literally exploded.
Pablo said this. He articulated it better. Pablo Torre articulated this better on Around the Horn. He said something like, he dove into the subreddit, and then he's like, I
Never
don't know
idea.
why I did that, because now every twist I'm like, I know already, because
Right.
everybody figured it out.
Oh, that's lame.
It's a little confusing.
Of losers.
I don't like.
Not Pablo.
I think I'm just burned from Lost. I loved Lost. I still love Lost, but like once it started to get into the oh, we've been fooling you about what time this all, when they start to fuck with time, my brain is like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's confusing. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, like I said, let's fade that pick.
Let's fade him, Katie.
I'm the worst.
This is a weird week. The good stat, I think Megan found it. No divisional games this whole week for the first time since week 4 of
Shout out to
2004.
producer Megan.
That's kind of insane. There hasn't been a week like that in 12 years.
That's
Really weird.
fascinating.
Yeah, and good sign for your Patriots. Jeff Fisher's last 2 games.
Still
against the
coaching for the
Pats.
Rams. That is a good sign for the Patriots.
Last 2 games against the Pats. Jeff Fisher combined score of 7 to 104.
Are you shitting me?
I'm shitting you not. So I like your chances.
Oh my God.
It's only a 97-point deficit. So
Jeff Fisher, man.
Jared Goff should fix that.
Jeff Fisher still has a job.
Still does.
If you've been fired in the last 6 months, you should file a grievance. And on it, when they ask why, what your reasoning is, be like, because fucking Jeff Fisher still has a job. Because Gus Bradley gets to wake up and go to work in the morning.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And you know me, I don't like to be like, fire that guy based on like off the field stuff. I never like to call for people's jobs for scandals. But like, if you're just genuinely bad at your job, you gotta.
That's the reason to do it.
How does Gus have a job?
I don't know.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Like, at this point, Jeff Fisher's hoping for some 7 and 9 bullshit.
That would be fantastic.
Like, that would be a blessing.
That would be the best thing to ever happen to
Oh,
him.
man. All right, what's our first game?
First game, Katie. Cowboys at Vikings. It's the Thursday night football game this week. The Cowboys, road favorites by 3.
Okay.
Undefeated on the road, Dallas is. Vikings, though, 4-1 against the spread at home this year. And Dallas
That
could...
point where you say numbers and I go,
Yeah, like when you were doing the Westworld theory
glossed over.
explanation. Dallas can clinch a playoff berth this week. That's insane.
if.
They have to win, and Washington or Tampa Bay have to lose.
And Washington's playing
They are playing Arizona, and Tampa is playing San Diego.
San Diego. Yeah. And they're both away games.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
could happen.
Could happen.
The Cowboys have the
Best
record in the NFL.
10-1.
Like, even when you're confident that that's what the stat is, I still look around the room like, someone confirm before I say
It's
this.
insane.
Because the Dallas Cowboys have the best record in the NFL.
And they look unstoppable. Like they look
Unstoppable.
incredible.
They look
There's-
so good.
like I watched them on Thanksgiving. Everyone did. And like you just can't beat them. The Redskins played a very good game. They just seem to convert their third downs. You can't stop Ezekiel Elliott.
And it was Thanksgiving, so, I mean, history was really not on your side there
Yeah, no, it was not.
when it comes to Cowboys versus Redskins.
No.
Yeah.
But there's a weird Jerry Jones quote alert that I wanted to make sure that you
Those
got
are my
to weigh in
favorite.
on.
We
Yeah.
should have like a rap air horn.
Yeah.
Like, wah, Jerry Jones quote.
Jerry Jones quote.
Jerry Jones quote.
All right, so Jerry Jones said this week about when Dak Prescott runs.
Okay.
When he puts that stiff arm out, that's in the thing that's like, we added this.
Oh, yeah.
When he puts that stiff arm out, you quit worrying about him a little bit. He's the daddy when he does that.
So,
Thoughts?
nope, I don't have any thoughts.
No. It's like what my parents called Puff Daddy in the 90s.
He's the daddy.
Who's that? The daddy?
Mine was like P. Dotty.
P.
Like,
Dotty?
That's the one name that wasn't hit. He had like
Sounds
went
like a
through
parrot.
9 permutations of Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
And that was the one he didn't have, and they chose that one. He's the daddy when
Sounds
he
like something
does-
Regis would say.
Yeah, oh my God.
I swear that Dak Prescott, he's the daddy. That's pretty good. Yeah, thank you.
Westworld theory. Megan really liked that.
Uh-oh, I'm out.
Are Jerry Jones and Regis Philbin the same person, just on 2 different timelines?
Maybe.
Is Jerry Jones older? Well, which one would be older in that situation?
They're both.
I'm always afraid to mention Regis in anything we do because by the time it airs, he may no longer be with us. I'm being completely
Hopefully he holds
honest.
on for the night.
Let's fingers crossed about it. I'm always like, should we edit out that thing about Regis because this isn't going to air for 2 more weeks? Just in case. You got to cover your bases. This is the bullshit
true.
you got to think about in TV. This is why we're tired and we drink.
That's right. It's like in Veep. What if Tom Hanks dies? Mm-hmm. So back to this game.
Nope.
This is insane. Adrian Peterson has been out since September. He has been running at practice, so he might be coming back soon.
That's weird.
Huge for Minnesota.
That's insane. But is it?
I definitely think
How
it is.
old is he? Like, there's no way he's going to come back from injuries and be like, by the
Yeah.
way, still the same AP.
He at least will be something. They
whatever.
can't seem to do anything on offense lately.
Yeah. What happened?
I think Sam Bradford just became Sam Bradford again. All those
Wasn't it
offensive
weird?
line
The
injuries.
first few weeks was like, yo, Sam Bradford is not
Yeah.
who we thought he was. And then the last few weeks have been, yo, Sam Bradford is exactly who we thought he was.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah.
They were so unexpectedly good to go to so expectedly but now surprisingly bad.
I know. It's weird. I think their margin for error is really thin. It's like when Steph Diggs is healthy and their offensive line's healthy.
Is he back?
I think he's
I
still
heard
injured,
he's
but he's
gonna
going to play.
probably be back.
He is questionable this week.
Well, the good news is that Football Outsiders has the Vikings ranked as 16th against the run. And, the Cowboys don't
Yeah, they're not very good
use
at that. Yeah.
So that shouldn't be a problem. And, Matt Stafford getting a 25-yard rush off on the Vikings on Thanksgiving isn't probably
Yeah.
a horrible sign for what's about to happen.
That looked like me at the touch football
Oh,
game.
my God.
I was
It's like, what?
who is
He's
this
still
slow
going.
guy?
He interests me.
Should we make a pick?
I mean, I guess so. Oh, this is another fun fact. Just because of how good Dallas's offensive line is, it's just proven
Insane.
that that's one of the more important things in football. The Vikings this week will be starting their 6th different combination this season on their offensive line.
Well, at least they have a great quarterback to bail them out.
Yeah, right.
kidding.
So let's pick it.
What do you like?
Cowboys -3.
Definitely, right?
Like easy.
Has to be.
People at the beginning of the season made a big deal about that new stadium for the Vikings and how, they seemed right for the first few weeks when the Vikings were crushing it, but I don't think the home field advantage makes much of a difference when your team is trash.
Yeah. I agree. I think Dallas, I keep thinking they're going to slip up, but that's kind of how I felt about Carolina last year.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh, they're 13-1.
They waited
might
till
just
the
be good.
very end
Yeah.
to slip up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's the thing a lot of Vikings fans are saying. It's like they're due to have a huge bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not bad enough.
Yep. I agree.
They can have a bad
not
day.
Sam
They're still going to
Bradford
win.
upset
Yeah,
potential.
unfortunately. All right, next game.
Next game, weirdly a game with playoff implications. The Texans at the Packers. Packers with a monster line, 6.5-point favorites.
What week is it?
13,
Shit.
right?
I lose track in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's almost over.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
You know what I think? I think Thursday Night Football has made me stop. I don't know how to phrase this, but it's made me care less.
We should talk about Thursday Night Football. We didn't in the last game.
Yeah.
But there was the announcement this week that it might go away.
Yeah, which I'm
And-
not against.
Yeah, now that you're bringing this up, I wanted to ask you about it.
I just think that I don't know. I think this is 100% personal. I'm in no way applying this to the entirety of the world. Our show's on Wednesday. We kill ourselves Monday through Wednesday. And then we do the podcast Thursday. Usually by the time I'm at the end of my Thursday, I'm ready for football.
Yeah.
They ask that question often, are you ready for some football? And by the end of my day Thursday, I'm giving a resounding yes.
Yeah.
And then I get whatever that is that they give me. Or sometimes I'm normally Thursdays is when I'll travel for NFL Films. And so I'll
right.
get to wherever I'm going and I'll turn on the game. And I'm exhausted from flying, but I'm also just it doesn't hold me anymore, which is really it's just like my boyfriend. No. Which is just a really weird, it's a really weird realization of I used to put football on and yes.
Right.
Now, all the games I actually want to watch are on at the same time as the other games I want to watch.
Right.
And the one that's I can definitely watch alone because it's prime time, other than Sunday night and Monday night. The Thursday night game is meh.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's that there's too many commercials. Maybe it's
be.
that I'm an old, tired person.
I don't think that's it. I think we're just there's no time to miss football.
Yeah.
You've got the Monday night game, and at that point, you might be burned out. Especially when my team loses, I never want to watch the Monday night game. It's all right, I've had enough.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like the Thursday game, like, oh, it's a bad game anyway. Like, who cares?
This week, because
too
of
much.
Thanksgiving, I forgot to put in my picks for all my picks leagues.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday,
So I got a nice one.
I went through all my other stuff,
week.
and then I looked at the Yahoo league that we're in on Sunday. It was like 102, and I'm like, okay, good. I did my fantasy league. I went through my checklist of like, did I do everything I needed? Did the super contest? I did the. Oh fuck! And I'm like, can I rewind back 2 minutes to when it wasn't a game? No, I couldn't. I tried to invent a time machine just to go back and make my goddamn picks. But anyway, Thursday Night Football, I think I'm just kind of over it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be that sad if it went away.
I just can't believe there's that many 1 o'clock games on Sunday that are on at the same time. Why hasn't anyone at any point been like, let's start one at 11.
Yeah.
We'll start a couple of them at 11, a couple of them at 1, and a couple of them at 3. Or like, it's just too...
I agree.
It's so weird.
And the London game, they're talking about getting rid of the early start to that. I kind of like that.
Yeah,
it's like
it gets
wake
my
up,
day.
coffee, football. Like you
Usually
can take the break later.
I used to wake up for the beginning, and then I realized that the London game is essentially Thursday Night Football light, and so I would wake up for the
With
second
gentler
half.
fans.
Yeah, it was enough to get me to. I just loved looking in the stands and seeing a bunch of like Patriots, Packers jerseys, and they're watching the Jaguars, and you're like, oh.
You're like, oh, you just care about this so much. Bless your heart.
Exactly.
So the big story here, they kind of both need to win this game because they're somehow both in playoff contention.
Wait. Oh my God.
Insane.
The Texans
The
division is so bad.
they could be sitting alone in first place this week if they win this game.
What?
It's insane. They're terrible. They don't do anything.
The fact that the Colts don't just run away with that every year is still one of life's biggest mysteries.
It's insane.
What? I can't. Okay. Yep.
So, yeah, the Texans could they're going to get in the playoffs. They'll be the 4th seed, and they'll just get murdered by whoever the 5 is. Probably like
Wait,
the
I kind of want
Broncos.
the Titans to beat I think the Titans could win that division.
The Titans have a shot.
What record will win that division?
8-8 should be okay, I would think, right? If Green Bay beats Houston this week.
I think 7-9 bullshit could do it.
7-9 bullshit is very possible. This is the Jeff Fisher conference.
Fucking Christ. Oh my God, the Colts are 5-6.
Yeah, and they play the Jets, and if they don't have Andrew Luck, that might be a problem. But
Wait, do they not?
They didn't last week.
Oh
so
shit!
It's possible.
That is very transparent. Me having given up on watching the Colts games.
It's brutal.
And I've named my fantasy team after T.Y. Hilton. I just can't watch that shit anymore. There's so many times too where I'm like,
not good,
if
Katie.
you don't throw it to T.Y., you're not gonna win, and they'll throw it to T.Y. And then I'm like, should have done that earlier. See, I could be a coach. Hey guys, throw it to T.Y.
Yeah, they probably should do that more.
Beanie Baby Hotel. Beanie Baby Hotel. Oh, I gotta go to the gym.
Stop.
That's how you learn. That feeling when you're like, oh,
Stop.
that lasted a little longer
so
than
the
it should.
Texans, Katie, are one
I'm
of
just gonna
two
do
teams.
this to work out my traps while
The Texans, Katie, are one of 2 teams that have a winning record despite negative point differential. What is that? That's insane. They're not good.
This isn't football.
This sucks.
I told you
but these teams can make the playoffs.
I told you I was gonna stop betting on the Packers. Remember, I was like, I've lost money on them for 3 consecutive weeks because I kept going, they're gonna turn it around. I stopped. Guess what they did?
Killed the Eagles.
Yeah. But so listen, that's 1 week. What the fuck difference happened between the week before and the week before and the week before and the week before and then this?
Yeah.
They have not looked good, and then they looked so good. What the fuck?
I think the Eagles are better than the Texans, which is why I think the Packers are going to crush them in this game.
Seahawks lost to, who'd they lose to this week?
Tampa.
Yeah, and I'm like, cool, so you beat us, and then you lose to Tampa? I guess we'll just go
sense.
fuck ourselves.
I'm picking the Packers because Brock Osweiler on the road. I think the Packers, it makes sense that they come back and make a play for that division.
Nothing makes sense, though. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes any sense.
I agree.
Nothing makes any sense. No sense.
Who do you want to pick?
Nothing makes any sense. I don't want to. Okay, I will pick the Packers -6.5. I don't feel good about that. Why do you make me do this?
It's our jobs.
I guess. Guess you're right. I don't know why anybody listens to me on this podcast. We have one more game. We're going to get to that in a second. But first, we have a new sponsor on the podcast. Homage. Said it right.
She did.
It's Homage. We're going to give a shout out to longtime listener, first-time sponsor. So that's important. The
Very
entire
cool.
company gathers around
Yeah.
their KitchenAid standing mixer,
Yes.
and they listen to the Garbage Time podcast.
It's so
every
cool
week.
of them. Yeah.
They make super soft vintage-inspired tees and fleeces. That's how you say vintage-inspired after a beer. Vintage-inspired. With shout-outs to eclectic moments and personalities in sports, music, and pop culture, everything from Larry Bird to WWE legends like Ric Flair and Razor Ramon, they have old school covered. Genuinely, I've looked at their t-shirts and they're just
awesome.
when you ask somebody like, where'd you get that sweet t-shirt, it's gonna be these guys. It's just how it is.
Totally.
Like, do you remember the infamous Ultimate Warrior shirt that LeBron was wearing when he got off the plane in Cleveland this summer? That was an homage tee.
Insane.
Be sure to check out their new stuff. Officially licensed. They have an officially licensed and growing NBA collection featuring Magic, Shaq, Grandmama, herself, Grandmama itself, Larry Johnson. Homage makes a perfect holiday gift, so now through December you can score 20% off your first online purchase at homage.com. That's not chump change.
Yeah.
That is not 5% off. So, 20% off your first online purchase at homage.com. That's HOMAGE.com. Homage with the code Katie, K-A-T-I-E, at checkout. Even better, they have free returns, which is the most underrated, amazing
Super
thing
cool.
about any online retailer. And they have the best customer service around. I look forward to calling them, not to complain, just to chat. Sometimes you just want to chat. You can also find them on Facebook at facebook.com/homage. That's HOMAGE. And Instagram and Twitter at homage. The pod is also brought to you by Omaha Steaks, which means your girl had a delicious meal last week.
Did you get some?
Oh, I
I'm
did.
jealous.
If you're looking for the perfect gift, then let me tell you about Omaha Steaks and how for only $49.99 you can get my family gift pack when you go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code NOLAN in the search bar, NOLAN. Guess how much percentage that is off what it's supposed to cost?
How much?
77%
Ooh.
off using the code NOLAN at omahasteaks.com. Omaha Steaks offers unique gift ideas for gourmet food lovers, and right now they're giving an exclusive savings just to listeners of our podcast. This is what you get in the family gift pack for less than $50. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken boobies, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, a 12-ounce package of all beef meatballs, 4 potatoes au gratin. That's the cheesy potatoes. They're really good. They
Delish.
come like a little fried little ball. They're really good. 4 caramel apple tartlets, which I like to serve with butter pecan ice cream, but that's just me. 1 Omaha Steaks seasoning packet, which sounds like, oh, they're just throwing that in. That stuff is so good. And you will get 4 additional sausages for free because it's just a big old sausage fest here at Garbage Time. All that food I just said, you're getting for $49.99. I don't understand why they're doing this. That's a lot of food. I've eaten all of that food. It's dope. Even just their chicken breasts are like, wait, this is really good. If you have an Italian family, as I do, this is a great way for your parents to feed you when they're not around. Are you eating enough? And then they send you this box with all of this stuff in it, and they know you're going to eat enough. So go to omahasteaks.com, enter my code NOLAN, Nolan, in the search bar. It's Italian. Just kidding, it's Irish. It's obviously my dad's. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter my code Nolan, NOLAN, in the search bar, add the family gift pack to your cart, and get a 77% savings. It's guaranteed to be a hit, I promise. That's omahasteaks.com, code NOLAN. Okay, now that I'm sufficiently starving,
Seriously.
what is our last game? I'm not kidding. I cooked the shit out of them steaks.
That sounds
Not in a good way. Not in a bad. Like I didn't
Right.
like overcook them. They're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last game, Katie. Giants at Steelers. Steelers by 6.5, which is kind of crazy because the Giants are 8-3 somehow.
What?
Yeah.
You stop paying attention for a second. And the
I know.
Giants are 8-3.
We're like, oh, they suck. Oh, wait, they're 8-3.
Yeah, what?
They've won 6 in a row with 5 covers, so they're a good bet.
Shit.
Steelers, in the meantime, 2-4, both against spread and straight up in their last 6. So 2 great stories this week.
I have a fun update. No, I interrupted you, but I just remembered I have a really fun update. It's fun for me. Do you remember a couple months ago, I said on this podcast that I made a bet with another producer's father, huge Steelers fan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That if the Patriots beat the Steelers, he would have to wear on Thanksgiving around his family a Tom Brady jersey.
Yes.
He did it.
Really?
I got photographic evidence.
Oh, my
And I was
gosh.
told he wore it all dinner long. And they bought him a pair of fleece pants that said
Wow.
Patriots all over it. He was a really good sport. That's Mike Collette. So big ups to him. It was just such a happy moment for me.
Congrats.
Because
That's
he
great.
looked miserable. Like, I've never seen someone in a Tom Brady shirt more like he hated his life.
That's amazing.
So I ruined someone's Thanksgiving, and that's all I've ever wanted, you know?
Congratulations.
Usually it's just my own family I do that too. So anyway,
Big shout out to Mr. Collette.
big shout to Mr. Collette.
2 great stories this week. We'll hit them quick. Ben Roethlisberger said he talked to Antonio Brown, who's known for his touchdown celebrations. He's been penalized a lot, and Ben Roethlisberger told Antonio that it puts the kick coverage team in a tough spot.
Oh, who gives a shit about
Exactly.
the kick coverage team?
So I just think it's so funny. Ben Roethlisberger, like, walk up to Antonio Brown. Hey, man, so you're like really cool dances that everyone loves. Could you like maybe tone it down so that we can get an extra 15 yards?
That's so lame. Why
That's
doesn't he
so
walk over
lame.
to Le'Veon Bell and say, hey, why don't you score more touchdowns?
Yeah.
Why don't you walk over to other
Do you
people
remember
and
when
say,
you were
hey,
good?
do your job?
Yeah.
Instead of like, hey, maybe instead of like being so good and the reason that we win when we win, don't dance.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I can't imagine like that conversation. Like, I feel like if that was a real, like Tom Brady wouldn't do that. He'd just be like, hey, can you just stop doing that and stop fucking around? And they'd be like, yeah, got it. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Other favorite story of this
Good
week.
Tom Brady impression.
Yeah, it was really good.
Wait, but
no
are
personality.
Are the Steelers footloose?
The Steelers might be footloose.
Right. What
because
town
they
was
don't
that?
want people to dance.
Right. No dancing allowed.
That's right.
Does it count as dancing when he ran into the pole last year?
Nuts
Remember when he was
first.
like,
the
yeah,
best,
that was
the best
pretty
celebration of all time.
great. He can keep doing that, just no twerking.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's the best.
Can someone tell him to stop with the haircuts?
Also an idea.
Does he still look like a Lego? Remember when he had that Lego haircut?
Yes.
I don't know if he's still doing that or not.
Sort of. It's still a thing.
Whatever.
I'm out of my depth.
Okay.
So on the other side of the field, Peyton Manning stopped by the Giants locker room Tuesday.
Because he literally has nothing else.
He has
to
nothing
do.
to do.
That's like Tom Coughlin stopped by the Giants gym on Tuesday as
Yeah.
well, just to get a workout in.
Is there no security guard at the Giants? They let any Tom, Dick, and Harry just waltz in there with a game plan and a gym pass?
Tom, Dick, and
what's
Peyton.
happening? But Eli said that Peyton's played Pittsburgh a lot over the years, has a few tips or ideas that may fit in our system. It's like, cool, let's bring in Big Brother, Hall of Fame fucking Peyton to
Brother's
come
always
and
out to
like
get
say,
you.
hey, you should throw an out route here. Like,
Yeah, right?
I would be so annoyed by that.
But also just like, if I'm Eli Manning, I would always call my much better older brother to ask him how to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
I
That's
think we
very
would
fair.
at least all assume that at some point those conversations are. I always pictured every week they were at least talking about.
You would think.
Yeah,
You would think they did. And they
You
said,
would
like,
think.
oh, no, we didn't really do that so much. We were too busy.
I think
But,
they're lying.
Yeah. I actually think this is kind of cool. Like,
I mean, sometimes we get so stuck in our like brains of, oh, you can't do that, and they're on different. Like when the Harbaughs played a Super Bowl against each other, I'm like, that's your brother.
Yeah, that's
like
insane.
that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know they're not sharing strategy because they're coaches of separate teams, but like when you're not playing against each other, and Eli and Peyton are both in the league, what are they gonna call Cooper for advice? Like,
Yeah.
Of course you would talk
Maybe
to each
some
other.
legal advice.
Yeah, that's like kind of. Is that what he does? I thought
have
it was
no
insurance.
idea. Does he work for our network?
I think he
might.
does. He does a pretty funny segment on a football show.
Yeah.
A segment that I would probably love to do this with him. That would be great. Cooper Manning forever.
Well done. We did a nice
Mm-hmm.
a nice route there.
It was an out route. Peyton told me to do it.
So yeah, so I don't know. I think this should be a pretty good game. The Giants are really hot, but this is like the first good team I feel like they've played in a while.
But then you never know which Steelers team is going to show up.
Yeah. Steelers in a sort of a weird dogfight with Baltimore for another crappy division. And they both have tough schedules moving ahead. So.
How many good divisions are there? That's
2.
a good debate topic. 2, you say?
NFC East, AFC West.
AFC East. Well,
That's all.
You're right.
You have one great team, one okay team. I guess 2 okay teams, and one
the
garbage. team.
Bills are all right.
Yeah, they're okay.
The
NFC South maybe.
did you say the NFC North? Is that
No,
what you said?
I didn't.
That the Bears are
They're
bad.
yeah, it's like they're
The
fine.
Vikings are bad. Man, There aren't any good divisions.
There really aren't.
Should we do away with divisions? We'll talk about it on a different podcast. I told you it's going to be quick, and I just keep going off on like little tangents about nothing.
Let's pick this game.
Let's pick this game.
It's a hard one.
I don't understand why I have no confidence in the Giants ever.
Yeah. This is a big line.
I know.
This is not a respectful line for a team that's got a way better record.
And the Steelers, I think it's just because we like it's like the Packers. You hear that name,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I'd bet for them.
Yep.
But if you've been losing money on them for a while, you remember. The North remembers. I'm going to take the... You pick first.
I was really hoping you would go first.
know.
Because we can't be in unison.
It's going to be a push.
It's first
Fade that
6.5
pick.
point time game ever.
Yep, they're going to find a way.
I think I am going to take the stupid Giants. I think it's too high. It's too many
Okay.
points.
I think that's what people said about the Steelers running backs 2 years ago. I think they're too high. Such a
one plays
good
for your
time.
team now.
Such a good timely joke. Hey, don't you talk negatively about him.
That was
I
in
know.
no way negative.
So I'm gonna take the Steelers because you took the Giants.
Deal.
I guess I should probably pick my lock of the week.
Yes.
Should I pick my lock of the week?
You should.
My lock of the week is gonna be the Raiders -3 against the Bills.
I like it.
Why? You didn't ask. Why you ask?
I didn't.
why.
Why?
Because I said so.
Deal. I
Lock
like
of the
it.
week. Okay, should we do junk mail?
We should do junk mail.
Okay,
All
hit me with it.
Today's junk mail comes from NENOVOTA,
No.
Nick_Novada.
Okay,
Sounds like a casino.
it sure does.
He asks, if you had to live the door scene in Titanic, which I assume means reenact, would you let #Rob Ryan have the entire door? It's a really funny question that I trashed him for. Would you let Rob Ryan have the whole door if you were Rose and he was Jack?
So let's break down for those of us, spoiler alert, that haven't seen Titanic.
The boat
Jack
sinks.
and Jesus, I wasn't gonna say that.
Fucking sinks.
May it rest in peace. So Jack and Rose, young lovers, who met, let's be real, like 3 days prior. So I mean, I don't. God,
I think people may have
a
seen.
hotter take. I'm just saying. So they're in the water. The boat has sunk. She's on the door.
Yeah.
She's holding Jack's hand. She says, "I'll never let go."
Right.
And then literally lets go of his hand.
Moments later.
Moments later,
Yeah.
he's basically an iceberg right ahead, sinks
Right,
down to the
yep.
bottom of the ocean because he's frozen, and she lives. And she's like, the thing I remember the most about that movie is like
Right.
the
They're both
clanging,
really
the teeth chattering while she's laying on that fucking door. So I think that scientists have proven there's room on the door for both of them. Had she
Yes.
just lifted him up, they both could
Undoubtedly.
have survived, but instead she needed the whole door. Now, this is an interesting question from Nick Bellagio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because,
Nick Caesar's Palace.
right, because there is clearly, that removes that argument because there's not room for both Rob and I
Right.
on the door. But I would also argue, insensitively, that if Rob were to get on the door, I'm not sure the door
Go there.
would hold Rob. So I think
Yeah.
it's either do we both die or does Rob die? Now, I don't want to answer this question per se, but I think we would hold each other and go
See
down
how it
together.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that the body warmth and just nourishment, if he were to pass, that Rob could provide me. I could live in the wreckage if they don't make it there for, I'd say, month and a half. Month and a half. There is, and I think that Rob would agree, and I think he would be happy to have kept me alive. Like, it was wasteful of Rose to get rid of Jack, because if they didn't come right away, what was she gonna eat? Then again, Jack, Leonardo DiCaprio, doesn't have a lot of, his body fat percentage is like 0.02. But for me, keeping Rob around is just smart. So when I'd say I'll never let go, Rob, I mean it, because Mom's got to eat. But also, hopefully, we both live. Plus, Rob could
I'm giving you applause for this.
Rob
for
could stay in
the
that water.
commitment to this bit.
Rob could probably stay in that water for a week before he's like, oh, it is cold in here.
Yeah.
It takes a while to he'd be like, man, did you feel a chill? Was that a breeze? He's just very well equipped for the cold ocean.
He can stay in freezing cold water for a week. Could not stop Ryan Fitzpatrick, though.
No, that
could not do
you're
that.
asking
Way
too
out
much
his
of
pay
him.
grade.
You're asking too much of him.
I think that was
So
a good
that's-
enough answer for Mr. Nick.
I hope so.
Can we go
Nick
home?
Papa Giorgio. Yes, please, can we go home? It's been a really
We've
good
been
week.
doing this for 6 hours.
So
I didn't write the end.
That's fine. I think I can do it from memory. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Garbage Time Podcast. We've had fun. Thank you to producer Matt.
Thank you so much, Katie.
To producer Megan. To producer Schwachter. Is Alan still back there? To producer Alan on audio. We will see you guys next week. You can download this podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can listen to it on SoundCloud. You can listen to it on Stitcher. You can listen to it on Apple, on iTunes.
Yep.
But if you're going to do that, you should rate us and leave a comment, but only if it's 5 stars and only if the comment is positive, because it's the holidays, and so legally you have to be nice or you get arrested.
That's right.
And you can watch the video of this podcast later on YouTube. You shouldn't, but if you do, you'll see that I don't sell out or do endorsements. But anyway, or you can listen to it on one of those automated turkey carvers. You know, the knives that you push the button and it goes back and forth real fast for you like a saw.
Wow.
You can listen to the podcast there. Garbage Time Podcast only.
We live in
You
the
can't listen
future.
to any other podcast.
Wow.
We will see you guys next week.
Next week.
We'll be back.
Yeah,
We're consistent now.
we are.
Until Christmas.
Yeah.
We love you. We mean it. I love you. I mean it.